Program is sponsored by Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another road edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on this glorious Thursday in South Florida. And we are at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale. That's Chef Tifo DeForest. And
hey, guys.
This is
the lovely
legendary lady,
Wow.
Lenore
Yes.
Gilbert.
How's
how are you
everybody?
today?
Exhausted. I don't know where these people are coming from. I'm so glad they're here, but it's a lot.
You know,
It's a lot. I'm very blessed.
Last month, it was mobbed the whole
Yes,
time
I know.
we were here.
I know.
This month, our usual spot, it's all
It's
occupado,
taken.
and we're
Yes.
taking some,
Right.
alternate measures. We got the nice shot set up.
And
We
we
got
reduced
corn.
the size of the table so it didn't
No,
take
but
up
you know,
so
it
much room.
creates that intimate
It's
feel.
close.
I don't know if about you, but
Up close and personal.
I enjoy being very close to Lenore.
Perfect.
Defo, maybe not so much.
I
How are
love
you today?
Lenore. No, what are you
You,
talking
it's a
about,
different
Mayo?
story. We
I
love
mean,
Lenore.
don't speak for other people.
Okay.
No, I love Lenoire. In fact, that's one of the main reasons I'm motivated the entire time that I'm driving down A1A. I think
Really?
how great is Gilbert's? Just an absolutely fantastic place with wonderful service and always a good vibe in here. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at like just the offerings on this table next to me.
Yeah.
What a great variety of things. Everybody's so
Well-
happy when they put the dishes down. Something to be very proud of.
Well, we try to give them something, everything, something for everybody. And not everybody can eat hamburgers every day of the week. And these people come.
I'm
Well,
living
it's
proof
true.
against
This one,
that.
yeah.
All right,
I'm
let's
trying
not
to
go
do it.
there.
Yeah.
But we have fish, we have chicken, we have soups, we have salads. I mean, so there's a variety. So it's not like somebody walks in here and says, "Oh, there's nothing here for me to eat," because
Yeah.
I find that's impossible.
So you've got obviously the burgers and the chicken sandwiches and the fish and
Yeah.
fish sandwiches, fish in the salad, the ahi tuna salad. You've got ribs, you've got half
Wings,
chickens, you've
right.
got wings.
The wings are great.
Yeah,
it's all
we
here.
make a lot of food.
You do.
Gee whiz, I was just thinking about it.
Can't you narrow it down a little bit?
And it seems
great.
like every time we're here, we eat a lot of food.
Yes.
You
Yes.
tend
There's
to
a
Well, you must
slaughter
eat
us.
a lot anyway.
What? You were marking my big belly.
Sorry, I
I'm
didn't
trying to
mean that.
get ready for the
Everybody's making a
role
comment about
of
this.
Santa
It's
Claus.
part of his New Year's resolution, so
What?
eat less in 2024.
Well,
But he-
2024
he-
is my daily
he-
caloric intake.
Yeah.
So, that's no, it's great to be here. But I did want to start. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yesterday we were at Grandpa's Deli in
Oh,
right
okay.
down the road in,
Yeah.
in Dania, another one of our fine sponsors. And look, I never got into this gig as a critic or whatever to be the food police
Right.
or a condiment commando, as it were. But we had a little thing yesterday where Lubie here, who's on the headset but not seen
Yes.
today,
Okay.
he ordered scrambled eggs with corned beef hash and hash browns. A beautiful looking plate.
Okay. Nice.
He took this bottle of ketchup right here,
And covered it.
covered on not on the eggs, but on
potatoes.
the hash browns and the corned beef hash. What say you, Lenore Gilbert? Does ketchup belong
Not on the
corned
eggs.
beef
Again,
hash?
not on the eggs.
Not on the eggs. Okay. I mean, you.
I don't put it
Go
on.
ahead,
Honest
say
But
it.
opinions
you put a
are-
lot.
Yeah,
You
go
put
ahead,
a lot
say it.
on.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be nice about
He
this.
put it
He
on
covered-
and then he
so it
mixed
looks like
it in.
Mix it
So
together,
it looked
yeah.
like a
So it looked like a soup or a
It's like an
sauce.
amalgamation. Yeah, it's like a mess.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
disgusting, Lenore.
Good.
And it sounds like you agree.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm
You
sorry.
can
I mean,
criticize Lubie.
No.
Because
I
I do it all the time.
I use ketchup. I like ketchup a lot. So it doesn't mean that it's not
It
good.
goes with
but
French fries.
yeah, but not smothered.
It goes with potatoes.
I don't smother
It
it
could
on
go
French
with
fries.
hash
For some
browns.
reason, on hash browns, my dad always did.
Hash
and I
browns are
used to
fine.
Really?
smother it. Yes,
I
do.
had no qualms about the ketchup on
The
the hash
corned beef,
brown.
because on a corned beef sandwich, you would put mustard,
Yes.
and
Or
that's about
definitely.
it.
Yeah, mustard.
And I would do the same thing on a corned beef sandwich. I would
Okay.
never put ketchup on a corned beef sandwich. For some reason, when you infuse the
Well,
corned
it's
beef and the
against the
potatoes,
religion.
it is. Yes, being I am Jewish,
don't
I would be
God
kicked
will
out of my
strike you
home.
down,
I would be
Louis.
kicked out 100%. My grandfather was a butcher, so there's no way I could put it on a corned beef sandwich.
Okay.
But for some reason, with corned beef hash,
It works.
My family always did it, and I'm just used
All
to it.
right.
I don't
Well,
mean to belabor the point, but it bothered me.
It's the first thing you brought up today.
Yeah, I
what
was
are you
gonna
talking
say.
about?
I've been
How
harboring
you
it
doing,
for
Lenoire?
24
Yeah.
hours.
You walked into that one with Mayo. and
Did you
bitterness.
carry on while he was eating it
Oh
on
yeah,
air?
for sure. He ruined
Well,
it. For
I
me.
didn't
stopped
notice
doing
it.
Yeah, he ruined
At
it.
first, it wasn't until Defo pointed it out to me because
Oh,
I
no,
kind
it
of
was
like
disgusting,
it was
yeah.
such a horrifying sight that I almost like blacked it out, and I was like, I'm not actually seeing that. That's
Okay.
not reality. Is it?
Well,
And
I don't.
he did. But again, here's what I've learned, especially from adminning the 132,000
Oh wow.
member strong.
Picked
Let's
up
Eat
another
South
2
Florida.
times. Nice.
Really?
That's crazy.
They're growing. It's unbelievable how
Really?
it just keeps growing.
Good.
Yes.
That's nice.
And that means more
more
viewers
views,
and more
food.
traction.
Yeah,
more people into
food.
Gilbert,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep you healthy.
Oh, it's too
You
late
know?
for that.
That campaign is
Way
already
too
in the
late for
negative.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Well, the chef is really
so-
busy, but he's going to make some
Oh,
things for us.
sure.
He's got it cooking.
Sure.
So, what?
But I don't. What I've learned
so you want to
over
discuss
the years
condiments?
is that I don't care. You can do anything you want with your food.
No, that's
I
not
mean,
true.
you could put
You bring it up
mayonnaise
every
on your
time.
French fries. I do that sometimes.
Okay.
You could put mustard in your seltzer and make mustard soda if you want. Maybe I'll even do that.
Are you on
now.
medication?
I'm on sleep deprivation after my mom. Thank God she's back home, and
All
hopefully we're going to have her in a better. She's in a better setup now.
Okay,
but
you gotta
I am
bring her in.
definitely. I should be on drugs.
You got
You're
I'm not
pouring
gonna-
mustard into the soda.
why?
Have you ever
You're
had-
criticizing Lubie.
Have you seen there are now people drinking pickle juice and making pickle sodas, and of course there's the Dr. Brown Celery soda.
What happened
Yeah,
to
but
him?
they also make martinis with it too. I think.
I'm doing it
Oh God.
Why?
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 What has
Well,
gotten into you?
because if he's going to be putting ketchup
Yeah,
on
but
corned
who's doing
beef,
that?
But,
So now what are you
this
doing?
is
But
an
people put
exaggeration
ketchup
to
on
a
corned beef
point.
hash.
Yeah,
I
mean,
know
come
you
on.
don't like it, but I've seen it with my
Lenoire,
eyes.
you sponsored
I've
the
never
show?
seen
This
these
is,
things.
I don't know.
Oh, my
See,
God.
I didn't sign up for this.
would this harm
Yes.
my future?
Louis Pasteur wouldn't even touch this. What are you talking about here?
You could have
I like
drank
to
that?
experiment with food. Let me see what
Well,
mustard
it
soda
kind of
tastes
looks like pineapple juice.
People, we're sorry about this. We really are.
It's disgusting.
It tastes like yellow mustard in club soda. Would not recommend that.
Okay,
Okay.
good
So
idea.
Is there,
that's
is there a
Let's
point
leave
to
that.
any of this,
no,
man?
no.
I mean, what is
Is there a point to? Well, there is
Anything.
a point to.
There
Yeah,
is,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Is it
You
gonna
can't
work?
review a couple of restaurants, give us a recommendation for Italian
And he's
somewhere.
making mustard soda.
You got to do
Go ahead.
something to get the chat lines brewing.
So what do
here.
you guys got
chats
going for the
lit up.
holidays?
Well, all right. Eating.
Honestly, what else are you doing?
Yeah, he already ate like a whole pig. No, I go to my family. Always has a nice gathering. And,
right.
very good food. And it's always a good time.
Well, my family personally is recovering from Thanksgiving because we did Thanksgiving at my daughter's
Are you
house,
still
and then
drinking
she had a lot of people. But they can handle it. It's a big house, and she's got a lot of room, and everybody got along so well. It was, thank you for taking that away.
He's not letting me sip on it.
No.
It actually has a nice little vinegary tang. No, I don't want
No,
it.
he
Okay,
doesn't.
that's it.
Anyway, so
There's really something
we
wrong with
really,
it. I mean, there is.
so we really did it good for Thanksgiving. But now the obligations are turned around, and you have to go to the other things for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day
What
and
do you do?
New
Are you
Year's
guys
Eve and
open
New
or
Year's
closed?
Day.
Well, they're
We're
usually
closed.
closed
We're closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day
because that's usually your
Sunday-
day off anyway. Sunday,
Right,
right?
but we normally don't close on Monday. But we figured it would be really nice for everybody who works here,
That is
and
sweet.
we assumed that people had other holiday things to do, and maybe it didn't include coming here.
Right.
And we're going to do the same thing for
New Year's Day. Right.
New Year's Eve is on Sunday, and New Year's Day
Why not?
it'll be fine.
You know your audience, and you pack them in the rest of the 360 days a
I-
year. So
I certainly can't complain about business. Business has been. I'm very grateful.
We're gonna-
Very grateful.
we're going to attribute
You know,
that to the lunchbox.
Because
Bomb.
I also know how hard it is financially these times. I mean, people don't have as much money, disposable income as they used to, and we're very fortunate. I've been able to keep the prices,
reasonable.
reasonable, and they haven't changed. And so I think that's
I
one
think
of the positive things.
It is a big positive thing because this is not a fancy schmancy place where you're trying to charge $50 for a plate of pasta. We'll get to that in a minute, I guess.
You are very negative today. I noticed this
I don't
about you. I mean,
understand.
just a scathing,
Yeah.
indictment
I'm-
against everything that's happening
Well, when
here.
the hospital
I'm not
I
high
wanted to
end.
compliment Lenoire because
Okay.
you remember last time I had an order from a friend of mine who loves Gilbert's,
Right.
and he wanted me to bring him home a burger,
Oh, okay.
which I'm about
Oh.
a half hour away, and I brought the burger to him, and I don't even know if he ate it right away. swore it was the best burger he ever had in his life.
Really?
Once again, yeah, just
Yeah,
absolutely
people
fantastic.
say that a lot. People say that a lot.
And
I
this is the
can't say-
same guy that has a review of Rayo's, which Mayo is
Okay.
using his uppity approach and saying he wouldn't go there.
So you're
But he loves the place.
aware that Rayo's opened a branch down at the Lowe's Hotel Resort
Right.
in South Beach at
Right.
Miami Beach.
Yes.
On principle, I did try Carbone. Carbone was a fancy New York restaurant,
Well,
Italian,
you have to
high-end,
also
that
understand
opened
there are a
down
lot
here.
of people leaving New York and they're coming here to Florida.
Right.
So I kind of understand why this would be a
Yeah, 'cause there's
progression.
a
If the people are
built-in-
coming down, then I could see the restaurants coming down
There's
too.
built-in name and brand recognition.
Right.
But it's also the trendy places to go in South Beach. But go
Yeah.
on. He went to Rayo's.
Oh no! I mean, he goes in New York. One of his friends owns a table in a New York place, which is only
okay.
like 6 tables plus like
Right.
2 booths.
Right.
And this is, the room is expanded, exponentially compared to what you have in New York. So
Right.
much more opportunity. And since he goes to the New York place, your big concern is they have one in Las Vegas. I've never eaten at Rayo's, so I wouldn't know. But
Okay.
Neither have I. I've
yeah.
never been able to get in. Maybe
So-
that's why
and
I have
that
a
could be
grudge.
part of your bitterness.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
but your concern is
Bitterness.
is the place that's been the extrapolation of it
Yeah.
in another city.
Oh, here we go.
Is that going to be as good as the original?
Right.
Okay.
And
How would I
he's-
know? if
Well,
I've
he
never
said
gone?
that
Yeah.
he said that it was.
Okay.
He said that it compared very favorably.
What's this?
Oh, wait, we got. Oh,
Oh,
They
we're
were able
getting
to
hit.
accommodate
Okay.
a
We've
lot more
got
people.
our own social media.
Okay.
Ellen
Yeah.
Freed, the poker dealer and food fresser extraordinaire, is taking
There's
pictures.
some good looking
leaning
burgers
in.
here too.
Look at that.
But
This
anyway,
is-
it was a thumbs up for Rayo's, South Florida.
all
I'm
good.
sorry.
Yeah.
So before we get to the burgers and the
Okay.
eating here, so the whole concept of when a Rayo's or a Carbone comes here, it's like fine, it's bringing that brand of, and we call it the kind of New York Americanized Italian food, which
Right.
is fine.
But it's also high end.
right,
And so there's nothing wrong with high end restaurants. You just can't eat at them all the time.
right. But
And it
Unless
better
you-
be good.
but they're
Yeah.
making dishes like the
Look at you, a matzo
penne
ball
alla
soup. What do you got?
vodka, spicy rigatoni, chicken parmesan.
Okay.
Look at
And
that.
and there's many restaurants in South Florida that are Florida born and bred, like Anthony's Runway 84,
Right.
that do similar things. They just did a major renovation, and you could get the same great quality food at about half the price. And that's an upscale place too.
Right.
That they charge, $28, $34 for a pasta dish, not
Okay.
not $50, and it's family style. So I'm just saying that before I go schlepping down to South Beach,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll try everything once. I will try Rayo's. Okay,
Yes.
I will give it a
Oh,
chance.
I don't care if you're
You
doing
should.
it on.
I know.
It's no concern of mine.
I did try Carbone after I had one of my
Yeah.
major insurance scores, and about half of it was gone on
Dinner.
a dinner for
But-
two with no drinks.
But you felt very good
Really?
about going down there. You thought it was going to be a great experience.
no, and
Oh.
again, the clams, like some of the dishes were very good. It was a great atmosphere, but the veal parmesan
You were
at
thinking this was going to be really
$95
something, yeah.
and the spicy rigatoni,
So
where they get it's like
you're not thinking about doing a vlog from there.
a,
They're not
a
going to
show.
invite them.
No,
You're not
I'm-
going to do a show.
I'm not
'cause you're-
angling for
already,
He's never going to be
you already
invited there
crushed
again.
you off.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
That was a cancel.
I am trying to get in with Anthony's Runway 84 because that's a great place that I wholeheartedly endorse,
I
as I
understand.
do. Look, what are you doing, Lenore?
I didn't do
You're
this.
trying to kill
the
me.
chef did it. I'm not. Oh, excuse me.
What the
That's
heck,
not
man?
on me.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's all
That's
man
true.
What
right
is that?
there, yeah.
Okay, that's
oh,
the
the
tuna.
tuna.
It's
Wow,
self-indulgent.
Well,
that's great.
because the weather is changing now, we've been
Yeah.
selling more soups. Okay, the weather's getting cooler
Now, what do
down
we
here,
have
so
here? I
people
mean,
want their soup.
that looks
Now we've
self-explanatory.
in all the
Yeah.
years
Can you
we've
see all this food, people?
in
This
all
chicken noodle
the
soup. right?
years that we've been here, the one gentleman who makes all our soups never made chicken noodle soup.
I did
We
notice
always
that.
felt that so many other restaurants make chicken noodle that it wasn't important. But then, as so many
right
people
on.
liked our soups, he made it, and now we can't keep it in house. He has to make it almost every day.
And I gotta admit, I've never had your chicken noodle soup
Right.
because I've never
Well,
seen
it's
it on the
fairly
Give it a
board
shot.
when I've been
Oh,
here.
and I think this is a roasted tomato
Tomatoes
soup
with
with
a
a grilled cheese sandwich, and you can
classic
dunk
combo for when people stay home sick from school or just when it gets cold outside.
good tuna.
Wow,
The
wow.
raw, the ahi tuna, not raw, but just
No,
rare
it's rare.
seared tuna with
That
the
is beautiful.
sesame
That's
seeds.
That's
that's
really
sesame
nice.
seared
Wow.
tuna. That's an Asian style tuna.
If you don't mind,
Excellent.
Lenore, I'm
Go
going to
ahead,
go
go
in
eat.
on the soup before I,
Yes. It's hot though, so just be careful.
That's the way.
Don't you
that's
have
the-
anything else you want to bitch about? I mean,
I don't know. He really has
Oh,
He's
my-
been
my-
very negative today. I mean, come
Yeah.
on,
My
Lenore.
only
Are you
point
going
is
to talk
this.
about
Gilbert's.
me tomorrow about
No,
this?
never, because I
no,
love
we
you.
Does this
and I love
carry
your
over
food.
into
No,
the
we
week?
adore you. We're Lenoire fans.
Yeah, you finally figured them out, though. You.
Yeah, I can see this.
This is what we have to deal with.
That's good, right?
Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
a hearty bowl of. I love the one you have all
That
the
looks phenomenal.
shredded bits of
Yeah,
chicken.
he makes.
You
he
do have it with
roasted-
potatoes. Is that
Potatoes. That's
potatoes?
interesting.
Yeah,
It's a double starch with the noodles
That's
and
an
the potatoes.
interesting
That's a
Okay.
very
addition.
Latin
Right.
flair on
but
it.
the shredded chicken is also very good because it gets in every spoonful.
Mm.
Yeah,
Whereas
there's a lot of
when it's
chicken.
just chunks of chicken, it doesn't do that.
I'm a big fan of the shredded chicken. It's
You like
Looks
it?
great.
it's good. No, and the soup, the base. I assume you know be making the stock from.
He makes
chicken.
it from
It's
scratch.
not like you're going to be
Okay.
yelling, "Where's
He's
the
the
beef?"
only.
either.
Gina's been here almost since the very beginning, and he's the only one who really makes the soups. We always had about 15 different soups. He never makes the same soup on the same day. He makes whatever he feels like out of the 15.
And you're using the medium width egg noodles, which
You
is
like those?
Yeah, those are
curly
nice.
ones?
totally
Those are
acceptable.
nice.
Okay,
Those
good.
and very good. Yeah.
I'm glad you approve. Gee whiz. If you didn't, where would we
What
be?
would you
Two
do?
thumbs up. I missed that. I was just the 2 thumbs up from the insufferable and grumpy.
Right.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
on
No,
it
you're
today.
all right.
Yeah, you're unbelievable.
Oh, that's the
I
salmon.
see that you were trying to do well by me by bringing out some
Sure,
salmon
something
and
healthy.
some
try
tuna.
this ahi tuna, man.
Of
It's
course,
great.
I added on the roast pork sandwich
I
because
don't
I
need
love
this.
the roast pork, and I
Thanks.
forgot that we had eaten one of the roast pork
You-
sandwiches on.
This is
the show
phenomenal. Yeah,
before.
no, I'm
Oh, was
grabbing
he-
it on his
was
ginger.
he
Look
was
at
making-
Defo; he's using the chopsticks and everything. I love it. He's-
Man's
Yeah.
got skills.
yeah, he has.
You
He
see it
does.
on a Japanese restaurant in LA. That's when I first developed my chopstick skills. But no, that ahi tuna, seared ahi tuna,
Right.
delightful. I mean, and as you mentioned, you like to have alternatives. People think of hamburgers. That's it. I'm going to eat a big, thick burger,
Right.
onion rings, and all this. And you can come in here and get something. What a
Right.
great
And
option
you can
for
get
people.
soup and a salad.
And
I
I
mean,
like that-
it's,
Oh yeah,
it doesn't have to be a whole thing.
and
you
I
know?
like that. Again, this dish is served with a little bit of the wasabi and the soy sauce
Yeah.
on the
This
side.
goes against Mayo credo, though, which is, you go to a hamburger place, essentially known for the great burgers.
Right.
Don't order the seafood. You'd be ordering wrong. But he couldn't be any more dead wrong about this because you guys really do this well. I mean, all of the seafood dishes are phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well-
good.
I never said that. Again, if you notice the name here,
Yes.
it's Gilbert 17th Street Grill, not 17th Street Burgers.
Yep.
As opposed to, obviously, they're known for the burgers.
Right.
That's their signature item. But
But this is a
everything
grill.
across the
It's
board
a
here
grill.
is a grill. So you get the grilled salmon, you get ribs that
Right.
you do here. It's all good. It's not like going, oh, you make me break this up again. Let's say if you go to a
Go ahead.
sushi restaurant and order
Barbecue chicken.
barbecue chicken or something like that.
They may
Okay.
have it. It may be
The
interesting there.
cheesesteak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go to a Greek restaurant and order steak. But again,
Right.
it should be good.
Well, especially the price that they were
If
charging
it's
at that
if
place.
it's on the menu, it should always be good.
Right.
And everything on the menu here
Yeah.
It's,
is really good. And again, we're in the Harbor Shops, which is just south of 17th Street Causeway in Fort Lauderdale
Right.
on the
south side of 17th Street.
and this big public shopping center along with
This is
other
a very
places.
good, very good Publix.
And,
This Publix is great.
Also have a Total Wine store where you could stock
Right.
up for your holiday meals.
All you got to do is look around. Testament
Yeah.
to how great this place is.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy. That's
Well, it's
another thing I always
also a
look
very
for.
good
Yeah.
area too.
Yeah.
Not only is it because it's so close to the port, and I get a lot of people traveling in and out, and the hotels here. Thank you that they don't have great food in the hotels because they come here to eat.
Ha.
But the people who live here are truly nice people,
Yeah.
and God bless me with like an audience here, and it's good.
No, it's it's again, this corridor is always well trafficked, and
Right.
people, sometimes they don't know what's back here, but once they find it,
Yeah.
they keep coming back and they tell everybody.
Yeah.
Like you've
Well
seen
known.
people,
Well, it's been fine.
No,
with
no,
it.
this here is great.
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
seen not just locals come back repeatedly, but
Oh,
you're
I got
saying
people who travel in and out. Well,
Right.
because rated very high, and anybody who's traveling into the area most of the time looks up
Yep.
what's going on in Fort Lauderdale, and we always show up on. If you're asking about food, we get a lot of good reviews. I
All
mean,
the
I
travel
can't
guides.
say we don't.
Now I've had your tomato. You call this like a tomato,
It's grilled. It's roasted tomato. It's
roasted
not
tomato.
cream of. There's
not
no
cream.
cream in it.
and I'm gonna do
Oh,
a,
it's a whole grilled
thing
cheese
where
thing
I
now.
get
Wow.
the grilled cheese with
Go ahead.
it.
I'm just gonna
Looks
cut
like
it.
nice
I love
melted
grilled cheese.
cheddar, and I'm gonna dunk it because that's the traditional.
Well,
Sometimes you dunk it in
Right,
the
the
tomato.
corner. Right.
It tastes like
Yeah.
Staying home on a winter's day when you
No, it's good. And like I say, I mean, this one gentleman here is the best. He makes all the soups. I mean, we make cream of broccoli. We make roasted tomato.
We do a
we
chili. Defo was talking about
we
that. I
would
feel like
do,
you guys would do a
Oh, you
great
do?
chili.
Yeah.
sometimes he does chili.
I just feel like you guys
Sometimes.
would do a nice chili.
It's got to be like later on in the season when it gets really cold and nasty. He'll
Okay.
make chili. But
I would imagine it's great.
the corn chowder is great. The
Nice.
broccoli, cream of broccoli soup is really good.
and I'd be remiss if
You
I
know.
didn't mention this. This is like the Asian.
This is the
broccoli
Asian-
slaw or
Asian slaw
Asian slaw.
that
Oh, yeah?
has a
Oh.
homemade peanut dressing we make from peanut butter.
Ooh.
There's
Wow.
another
Wow.
slaw
Yeah,
that
try
we
that.
serve on the grilled blackened tuna. That's a broccoli slaw.
Right,
And
that's
that
the one I
has a
was
very
thinking of.
light dressing.
Mhm.
This is a little bit heavier,
I
but
see.
it
So-
works with the
Really good.
sesame seeds
Wow.
You have the blackened tuna,
and,
and
the
this
sesame.
is the sesame crusted
Same
tuna.
piece of fish,
Right.
just two different ways of cooking it.
Defo is digging that. I know.
No, that's fantastic. All of it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always great here. There's never any dish.
Right.
I know you hate this that disappoints when you're at Gilbert's.
Never disappoints. Don't
Yeah.
sleep on any
Why?
of these
Do you ever
items.
go to a restaurant and you don't like the food? You
Yeah.
can't do that.
What do you mean? When I come
Yeah,
for
for
show?
show, yeah, you can't do that.
Any show that gets featured on the lunchbox,
Okay,
has to
good.
spend there's a intensive vetting process
Oh,
that goes
is it?
into this Lenoire.
intensive.
No,
We don't
he-
just
he
show up.
actually
You don't
went
Oh,
have to
away.
ask
really?
at some gas
Oh,
station.
Well, we
Mayo's
know each
really
other
went.
a long time, so that was different.
You know, I've been
Okay.
a long time customer, and
Right.
there are people that we don't
He
we
said
don't
no to
just
places.
accept
He
an
said
offer
no to
from
places.
anybody.
Really?
I go in there first, check a place out. Like,
Right.
for example, a place in Davie that just opened called Luke's Seafood, opened by
Oh.
a
Supposed to be great.
long-time
Yeah, we
chef.
went there. That's when we
Oh,
went.
yeah,
went. Yeah,
Remember Luke?
we
oh,
went,
yeah, that guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We went to. He used to work at Coconuts, longtime executive chef
Okay.
at Coconuts. There,
Yeah.
him and his wife broke off, and they found a little space on University
Okay.
Drive. They opened it up. Got a lot of favorable buzz on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, which is what the group is great at,
Right.
where you can kind of get some early buzz and say, I better go check this out. Went in there, nice as can be. The food
Yeah.
was great. And I said, hey, can we come in and do a show? He says, absolutely. And he
Okay.
makes great jambalaya, grilled fish. He does
Oh,
these
nice.
things called Scoobies. But, I don't go in and do a show unless I genuinely really like the food and respect
Okay.
what's going
All right,
on there.
Fine.
And that will weed out, some places because people have to, I've got a reputation to uphold
Right.
as I make mustard soda and make a fool of myself. I do apologize for that. I think
Yeah,
my
I know
blood
that
sugar,
was like a little out there.
it was out
A
there.
little out there.
Might have been a blood sugar imbalance. Hey, it looks like
What?
Richie. What
Do you wanna sit
does
down?
Richie want to come on?
Come on
Because-
the show. Yeah,
Because I
no,
want
go
to.
ahead.
I want to. Go ahead.
We're gonna, and are you gonna give us some desserts and treats for the holidays? Okay, not that we need
I
anything
mean, we need
yet.
to go through this
But,
first, Superstar.
Let's
but-
take our first break.
Yes, let's do that.
Defo, real quick word about our friends at Visit Lauderdale
Yes,
Food
we're
Wine
getting
Festival.
there. We're
Had a
getting
little
there.
call this morning about the setup for our live stream show during the
Oh, yeah?
new Asian themed walk and roll event that's going to be on Thursday, January 11th at a place called Backyard, which is a bar set up outdoor area in Fort Lauderdale. And Alex and Diego from Temple Street Eatery, amongst others, going to be doing up these Asian treats, kind of street food, dumplings, and dim sum items. And we're not the only ones that are going to be there broadcasting. I heard that Deco Drive is coming out
Oh,
for
really?
like some
Funny.
live shots to kind of also,
Nice.
give a
How
little
much
promotional
priority are they going to
steam.
get over us? You think,
Probably all of it, but
yeah.
I did talk with the people handling that particular event. Sue Penrod is great, and we're going to, scout out some areas next Wednesday to figure out where we're going to set up, make sure there's power and Wi-Fi, and we're going to do a nice live remote, probably from 6 to 7 p.m. The event starting at 6:30, so we'll have some of the participating chefs come on with us, and then be
Nice.
able to check out the crowd. And again, it's all part of the VLFoodWine.com is the website. Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival,
Yep.
January 8th through the 14th, all over Fort Lauderdale. And for the big four events, including the walk and roll and the bar fights and the poolside barbecue and the grand tasting, which is Saturday.
You said
At-
bar fights?
Bar fights. It's a
Yeah.
cocktail
And
competition.
bartenders,
mixologists.
the mixologists.
Yeah,
the
they
Vegas
make
stuff.
all
Oh,
these
I
different-
thought we were
It's
going
not
to get
fist fighting,
physical for
yeah,
a
it's
second
not
there.
Sometimes
fist
it does at
Not
the end of
I
the
fluffy.
said,
night there.
all right, we got a couple participants from Gilbert's.
There'll be some cue sticks involved in this thing. Yeah.
I'm one of the judges, so sometimes
Bartenders
they fight me at the end
showing
of the
their
night.
skills.
Yeah, but those four events, you use the promo code Lunchbox for an extra 15%
You're
off the
eating all of
already
it.
low ticket prices. Again, there's intimate dinners and kind of cooking
I
classes,
do
all
wanna
kinds
try
of
it.
educational components along with those big four events. VLFoodWine.com is the website. Lunchbox is the promo code for additional savings. And we'll see you all there in a few weeks. I can't believe it's almost here. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival 2024.
Sounds good, man. All right, we're going to watch Mike Mayo eat some more stuff.
Yes.
And our friend Richie's going to join us here on the show here from Gilbert's, 17th Street. Awesome place, man. Everybody loves it here, and everybody's having a great time. Back with more of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox in a moment.
Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting. Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the lunch. Food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back at a very hectic Gilbert 17th Street Grill. We've got Richie Gilbert. We've got Ellen Freed finally got her half chicken and is showing it off. She's so proud of it. It looks great. We've got Richie, who slaughtered us with every burger under the sun. But I got to put in a good word, Richie, first. I don't think I've ever had the salmon here with
Not
the
like
Asian
this,
slaw.
no.
And what a great,
It's the
healthier
simplest
dish.
thing ever. The cabbage with the peanut dressing.
Yeah.
And it's simple. It's always like separate. They just mix it right on cue. And then that complements so well with salmon or a lot of different items. I mean, I like you go to like maybe like a wedding or something like that during the cocktail hour. They got these like little pieces of chicken with like some
Oh, the satay,
peanut,
chicken
peanut,
satay.
Yeah,
peanut,
chicken
you
satay,
know.
the sticks, the
So
skewers. Yeah.
that's kind of like where it influences from. Is just the peanut taste is pretty decent with the coleslaw.
Yeah, it's great. And like many days, Defo, I started off healthy with the tuna and the salmon. And then, of course, he's cutting me burgers, and I'm going to go right off the rails.
You really have to try them. I mean, it is fantastic. Well, whether you're a big burger fan or not, if you're going to have a burger, Gilbert's is the place to have it. And we got Richie.
I love that they cook it to order, like
yeah.
literally, unless you ask for it. I'm sure another way they'll do
that
it.
has the proper shade of red
It's
right there.
medium rare to rare automatic. That's
Yeah.
just what they do naturally. Like, I love that.
Now,
Like,
Richie, you actually, before we get into the bites and the burgers, because actually one of my highlights of the whole year was you doing the
Big
Mike
Bite.
Mayo Big Bite.
He did a nice job.
I really appreciated your technique because you kind of did that the maneuvering and the wiggle. It was kind
Well,
of
I
like
held a little bit of food in my mouth, and then I took a bigger bite to get the food to go throughout the rest of my mouth to wherever that could go.
It was like the waddle where you go.
I put a little influence into it, right?
Are we doing this again, like trying to match each other?
I don't know. I got some
Wait,
mozzarella
wait,
cheese on
wait.
here. I'm not going for a
This
whole
is
bite
the
of mozzarella cheese. I ain't swallowing that.
This is the Godfather.
This
Before
is the
we go
Godfather.
there, you
So when
did
people say they say, "Oh, can I get the Godfather?" I say, "How do you like it cooked?" You know, they look at me like I got a problem talking. And if they order it too much, I say, you don't want to piss the Godfather off over here. You know, they order it medium well. I'm like, you sure? You don't want to get the Godfather upset.
That's right. If he
Meanwhile, they
refused
think
it.
I'm on The Sopranos, so it's great.
No, before we get into the Godfather burger, you were singing the praises of one of your longtime staff here, Wellington, who
100%.
a lot of the
He's great.
Lunchbox viewers, we haven't sat down and spoken with him yet, but he's the one that's shuttling all around. This is call this like the quick casual, fast casual restaurant where you come up, you place your order up here, you get a little number that you bring to your table, and then Wellington will be running the food out to the tables, and he does a great job. And you were saying he does some other things, right? He gets feedback.
it's a two-person operation. I take all the orders to get the accuracy. He brings out all the orders to the table. I don't know how we do it and replicate it at such a high fashion, but he's going to get the feedback from the customers that is the toughest situation. Is like I say, things start after the people get their food. So when he goes back to the table, that's when they're going to give the honest opinion or say that, oh, this isn't right. So he gets he gets the feedback that I want to hear. That's why we go out to the table and make sure people are happy as well. But not everyone
lines. He's like
he's
the
right
first
there.
responder.
Yeah, he's the one. He's it. So he's able to pinpoint what are the things that are the most favorite for the customers. What is it that makes people really smile and say, "Oh, I'm definitely coming back here." And we always say it's the burger is like the boomerang. You try a burger here, you're coming back.
I would say a close number 2 is the sweet potato fries, because I know some places offer them, but I've never had them anywhere, especially in South Florida. That's quite like this. You're a fan of those, right?
Very addicting, yeah. First thing I look for on any of these trays that come out is the sweet potato fries, and I'm grabbing a couple before the show even starts.
I also noticed that Lubie has removed all condiments from the table. He doesn't trust me anymore. I did a little lapse there before Richie and I
Do
made
you
an
want it?
experiment.
Well, no, because Richie's like a real meat eater, so
Oh, yeah.
I know he doesn't use them.
No.
And you usually, I have them all right here. You
Here's one.
usually
No, it's okay. I
aren't
was
a
going to
huge
dunk a little of
condiment
the
guy.
fries and some of the ketchup, but I'm taking a bite of the Godfather.
We need one.
I don't need it on the burger. You're saying I should have a bite with the lettuce and tomato, because I'm kind of channeling
You
Burger
gotta
Beast
have at
now.
least a tomato. You can take the
The
lettuce.
tomato,
off.
the lettuce to me,
I like the lettuce.
and
the
our
whole
friend
thing,
Seth
yeah.
Gonzalez, who apparently is not doing any media appearances. He declined my invitation to come out.
Well,
even though,
repeatedly now. It's
Yeah.
been
that's
multiple
the
times.
thing. I'm trying to think that maybe I did something to him, but
which I wouldn't doubt.
No, actually,
Well, you had him on the
It's
show. You
you.
never let him say a word. So he's declined your invitation ever since. Said you talked right through eating giant bites of burgers.
That's what he did at the. You weren't at the hot dog place.
Poor guy sat there for an hour and he didn't do anything.
Our betters
Yeah.
at our betters. It was a lot. It was a good time.
Seth will personally bring the sauce to us. What other businessmen,
He's a great man. Mayo just
delivers
obnoxious, so
right to the door.
They have a thing going right now.
Yeah. They're at odds, Richie. They're at odds right now.
So we're getting towards the part of the year where it's nice to eat outside.
Yes.
And then we got to the
You guys have
point
a
where
nice
it's
thing
too
set up.
cold to eat outside.
Yeah.
It's like, so, you start to, get a little people eating outside. We got a big crew out there right now.
It's soup weather,
You
too.
got to enjoy South Florida. Can't just be indoors.
Well, but it's the kind of weather for really everything you guys do, and it's interesting. I didn't realize you guys do up to 15 different kinds of soup. Like we have your roasted tomato soup. I guess I don't know if it's a bisque, and then your
this chicken noodle is great. They instead of like pulled pork, you get the shredded chicken. After a couple days,
it's a beautiful thing.
Really shredded it up, and you get the nice veggies with the noodles as well.
And may I compliment, the grill masters, they're Corwin, your brother-in-law. This burger is, to me, I order medium rare a lot, and sometimes it comes out a little overdone. This is perfect medium rare to medium rare, I would call it. And it's, to me, that's where you get the true essence.
That
of the
looks
burger.
beautiful. Looks
It's
absolutely
a beautiful burger. Yeah. I've never had the Godfather before, but you made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Well,
Richie.
mozzarella is it's that cheese that it has a different flavor, a little bit. You get more full from it. I don't know, more satisfied. Let's say
it's not overwhelming.
You don't get full; you get satisfied. Remember that.
This is going down.
Oh, there's the pork.
Sustained, methodical bites.
Just what you needed. More food.
And here is the roast pork sandwich.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that
again somebody came in today and was asking about it. So, what's a roast pork sandwich? Lenoire started to explain, and I said it's a like New York tradition, Catskills tradition.
Looks great.
And of course, Lenoire says they don't know what the Catskills is, and the guy says it's in Pennsylvania, right? And then Lenoire's like, no,
there you go,
upstate
right
New
there
York.
by the Pyrenees.
Right.
You want to hear something great? Is my high school friend? His parents are here right now. I mean, I've been out of high school for a long time. Hey, folks, how y'all doing? Come on down this way. I got menus on this side for you.
There you go.
That's where you order. Then you take a seat with your number.
So,
the first
what a small world.
the
people going out on a cruise, and they show up and they say, hey, I'm Mr. and Mrs. Sherman, and oh my God, and you catch up and you start seeing all the pictures of the grandkids, and
oh wow,
it brings it all together. So it's amazing that we have this place that people can just show up, have a nice bite to eat, and catch up.
You could, catch up with ketchup.
Yeah. No pun intended.
There was some bad dad humor right there. Defo, did you eat pork sandwiches, or have you ever heard of it or saw it?
No, that looks great. It really does. Sure, yeah.
You better dip that in that duck sauce right there and start getting a little messy.
I'm going to defer to Mayo on this.
What's going on here?
I have right now
but that is your thing, though. I mean, it's a signature of your repertoire of food that you love.
I do love this dish. And again, I wish.
He wants to take the other half home with him, so he's not going to give it to me.
I got to show you this. I don't know if you can see it. See how those edges are like pink?
Yeah, nice. And
tell people it's kind of what is a Hawaiian.
It's a Hawaiian red rub. We buy this red rub. We put around the pork loin. We cook a whole pork loin. I wish I could take the camera in the back right now.
This plate.
This is
the kids' plate.
Yeah.
I mean, don't take my Godfather yet.
I'm not taking anything, but you need room for whatever the hell you're eating now.
I'm gone.
You're so gone. Yeah.
Simplicity is definitely.
But okay, so the duck sauce is an interesting combination, and I did it the last time, and it worked really well.
Hey, maybe Lubie, you could put some ketchup on this too if you want.
That doesn't actually need it. That doesn't need anything, to be really honest. But the duck sauce is a nice combo.
Put ketchup on. All right, I'm leaving it alone. But we asked your mother.
You do become obsessed with other people's idiosyncrasies.
Well, again, I let anybody eat anything they want, and I made mustard soda earlier just because.
It's the guy that poured mustard in a soda, and he's ragging on this guy about ketchup.
Yesterday at Grandpa's, he orders eggs with corned beef hash, and he puts ketchup in the corned beef hash and mixes it up. And, he's defended it several times. What's your initial impression of ketchup with corned beef hash?
I'm gonna say okay.
Okay, there you go.
Say okay.
He's forgiving and
diplomatic.
Breakfast. I mean, you're drinking ketchup at that point. You got the roasted potatoes. I mean, it's got more ketchup on the roasted potato than you have for the rest of the day during breakfast. All right, because you're getting started.
Yeah, okay. And again, I can see it on the potatoes, the home fries, the hash browns, not the eggs. My father did it with the eggs, but it was just it was weird to me. But I'm gonna let it go. Finally, that's the last
Yeah, I'm
you'll ever
sure.
hear of that.
We're like
I'm
an
sure.
hour into the show, and you finally let it go, and this was yesterday.
It was
this happened.
yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Brings
I've
us to-
seen Lubie's eccentric eating habits, though, in the past. And when he was mixing that mishmash up with the ketchup, now I would say no to both of those. Ketchup on the corned beef hash, negative. Ketchup on the hash browns, negative.
Right.
But when he was mixing it up, I mean, it really looked like he was churning butter or something. I mean,
It looked like a third grade science
Some
experiment.
things come out so hot. You need something,
I
you
just
know,
like the
you're not going to
flavor.
burn your tongue on the first bite. Like, why would you waste all that?
So
I like
can
it.
I sing the praises of this roast pork
Yeah,
sandwich?
that
They
looks
call it a
fantastic.
Chinese
Please.
roast pork sandwich.
Please.
First of all, it's good enough. It's served on the toasted garlic bread. You can see this. It's a little bit crunchy on the outside.
looks fabulous.
You get that kind of moist, tender pork slices with those pink edges. This doesn't need any condiments. Like, I took my first bite
No
without
mayonnaise?
any,
No.
but you do serve it with the duck
But it
sauce, which
is
is a
nice with
I
the
classic
like
duck
duck and I like
kind of
barbecue.
savory,
And I was gonna
sweet.
say it might be good with barbecue.
I like
sauce.
barbecue.
You need the hot Chinese mustard, and that's something that sometimes Lenoire has it in stock for
We do.
me. Because I think when you do a little duck sauce and hot Chinese mustard, you're a
Well,
big fan of the hot Chinese mustard.
house mustard, you got to have it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that would work, man. I mean, the duck sauce sounds delightful also
It's great.
in this spot.
I will give you some if you would like. But meanwhile, this brings us. I was in a
Who do
grouchy
you like,
mood.
Dolphins or the Cowboys? Are you into this game at all? Dolphins, Cowboys? No?
I mean, obviously, I'm going to root for the Dolphins. I'm
All
a
right.
big KC fan, so let's just say
that you're rooting for the Cowboys. That's it.
no. I'm a big Tua fan. I
Okay.
mean, you want to talk sports? I mean, you should have seen Tua on TV yesterday. He was talking
great.
about how everyone can say everything about him, how bad he is, and that this happens in every field. People say that in every field, but they got a good, quiet confidence in the Miami locker room, and that should take them pretty far in the playoffs.
I've been watching the HBO, Hard Knocks series, and they had the latest episode on Tuesday, and I got around to watching this week's last night. I got to tell you, I think Mike McDaniel is brilliant for having the cameras in.
Yep.
It allows the players to be humanized in the middle of a season, and after that tough loss, you saw really how focused, and everybody was pissed off, and there was just one thing on their mind, which was vengeance coming back on Sunday. And you see, like, Tua is likable, and McDaniel
Very
is likable.
You just
And-
don't want to be exposed in game plan at any moment. And when
and
you
he
get
took the
that,
fall. I mean, that was the thing.
when you get that personal in the locker room, all of a sudden, they're figuring out who's friendly with who. And
Well, he stood up there at that, it was a Wednesday morning meeting after the Monday night debacle, and he put it on himself. He says, there were 12 things. I'm going to take the next 20 minutes to go over what went wrong, and there were 15 things that went wrong. And he said, number one was me and my shitty, play calling. And he said that led to other things and other
you know
players overcompensating. So he stood up there with the cameras rolling and blamed himself first, which I think is good leadership.
do you know that 70 to 80% of athletes perform better after eating at Gilbert's? I am not joking. We have a lot of things going on in Fort Lauderdale with the convention center. And anyone who eats prior to the event here, they come back with a medal on. And they're like, they walk in the door, and I'm saying, it's because you ate here.
Way
You
to
guys
bring
want to
it
play
back.
better? You eat at Gilbert's.
That's it.
It's the natural.
We're going to take our second break. Before we
Grab a
do,
pickle.
Lenore's saying you guys are going to be closed your usual Sundays. So for Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, you're going to be closed on New Year's Day. And also
No, we're open New Year's Day.
on Monday. Okay. She said you guys were going to be off Christmas Day and New Year's Day. You tell me.
New
if
Year's
the-
Eve, she said.
Oh, okay. Then I 86 that. She
We're
said it was
open
gonna
that
be-
Monday, though. Come on. You don't want to start out the New Year closed.
Okay. So you guys are
That's not our
it's going to
style.
be 3 days off. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day,
Right.
and New Year's.
You get to spend it with your
Eve.
family.
There
Exactly.
you go. Open New Year's Day. And then if you guys are looking for options for those other days when Gilbert's is going to be taking off, then may I suggest Batch Southern Kitchen in Fort Lauderdale. They're going to be celebrating the 12 days of Christmas brunch, which is that whole week between Christmas and New Year's, where you could come on in and get your brunch items and your bottomless drinking specials. And again, that's 525 North Federal Highway. We're proud to have them on board. Southern Food, Scratch Kitchen. Do you like things like cheesy grits, shrimp and grits, things like that?
I'm from New York, my man.
There you go.
They still Harlem has it.
I just learned about
Food
pork
scene.
roll, like coming down here. You know what I mean? Come on.
Pork roll. Well, you've learned about roast pork sandwiches.
Grits. Yeah, that's
Batch,
gonna-
they do a great job with
Yeah,
the
they really
that
do.
Cajun spice shrimp eggs Benedict is one of their items. Chicken and waffles, things like that. Go Batch, Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway. They're going to be open throughout the holidays. Great place to take in all your visiting friends and relatives when you're looking for that nice outdoor patio, live music, all kinds of things, and free parking in the garage right next door. Batch, Fort Lauderdale. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Gilbert's Variety, another home run all the way around. Fantastic job.
Need
Richie,
my help?
terrific.
All
All
right.
right. We're going to come back with more here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
I
And,
think
see
Richie, have a happy, healthy New Year's. I think
Thank
your
you.
mom is going to come back, and we're going to wrap it up with some desserts.
With desserts, right?
Yeah,
Right.
all
All right.
good.
For Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenoire, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the lunch to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo is 9089 West Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. For more than a decade, a top spot for lunch, weekend brunch, and dinner at the Delray Marketplace in West Delray. It's a family-friendly dining room in a comfortable setting with also an outdoor patio that's pet-friendly. American classics like chicken and waffles, brick oven pizzas, chopped salads, and of course, great burgers, including the famous Farmhouse Burger and the traditional Prime Burger. Open 7 days with happy hour at the bar and high tops from opening until 6:30. For reservations and more information, go to bertandmaxes.com.
Welcome back to the Lunchbox. We're at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill
Hey,
in
guys.
Fort Lauderdale. Once again, I have hot
Hello.
food in my mouth, and Lenoire is back with desserts because
Right.
we didn't eat enough.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I wasn't watching while you ate. I was busy.
I know, it's all good.
For the
And
holiday time,
what do you got?
we've made rice. My daughter started to make Rice Krispie treats, and they seem to go over very well, especially because kids like them. And they're easy to share. A lot of times, you get kids and they want everything.
Right.
But this is the dessert that the trick to this is if you cut it,
Yeah, it's
cut
like
it
a
in
little
quarters.
sandwich.
No, it gets better.
What's that?
Hold on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'm touching with my hands. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. I trust
Okay.
They're cleaner than his.
Here. I didn't say that.
Mayo,
You
I
did.
did.
They love
No, I
bread.
wanted to
It's
tell you.
okay. I'm immune to it at this point.
If
Yeah.
you
Probably
if you
pulls a
cut it
party
in
then. So
quarters,
So this is a chocolatey one.
this
It's
is a
filled with
chocolate
what?
one. This is a chocolate fudge,
Okay.
and this is Rice Krispie treats, and it's got like a Malamar on top of it.
Oh, wow.
All right,
wow,
but
wow.
if you twist it, these are really
Yeah.
fresh, so they don't
Look at
do
that.
it that well. But
Yeah.
if you twist it, it turns into two
Yeah, like a
There you
little.
go.
Yep.
Yeah,
two
yeah.
separate cookies like
Okay.
this.
Nah.
So you can have
And
open face
so,
and
yeah.
just take
So then
ladylike
kids
bites.
don't fight over it; they
Yeah,
each
you get
get
more.
You
one.
could do it
Exactly.
like me and do the lunchbox bite. You got the Malamar,
That is
the stack,
disgusting.
this.
You can eat that whole thing. God,
Lenoire, can you believe this?
gonna
love
have
that
a
she said-
diabetic attack.
Gonna
Gee,
be in a
whiz.
coma, this guy. What are you talking
He
about?
can't even talk.
Yeah.
I'm
His
aware.
mouth is full.
He's gonna still
And-
try
No,
to.
he'll
though.
still talk.
He's
Don't
gonna
worry.
still try.
Insulin.
I mean,
I
this
need
is good.
insulin.
He's gonna still try to.
Yeah,
That's a good bite.
I don't know.
So
You
you guys
guys
do
are
a
so
lot when
funny.
it comes to the bake goods. Who?
What?
I know you're.
Well,
a
I
great
like to
baker.
bake.
This is
your
phenomenal,
daughter
But I
bakes.
made the
Who
apple.
comes up
The
with
apple cobbler is
all
really
these
good.
things you guys do? You
What?
just come up with it.
Well, these are things people like to eat. I mean, I do make the key lime pie, and I've been very fortunate with that. And I do make cheesecake
Oh,
here.
I gotta tell you
What?
something.
What?
You said cheesecake.
Yes, I said cheesecake.
My brother,
Yes.
Stephen Mayo, also known as Burl, was in here earlier this week.
Yes.
He saw Richie.
And
He ended up bringing home a slice of the New York cheesecake.
okay.
They took a bite. He said it's the best freaking cheesecake he's ever had in his life. And I said, this is why Lenoire wouldn't part with the recipe when you were on the
I'm
buffet
sorry, I'm
list,
not. Yeah.
that you gave up the
Yeah, but-
key lime pie to Beth, but
No, I
you were
would- I would-
never parting with
Yeah,
the
but
cheesecake.
even Beth can't get the key lime pie right.
Oh, you
I'm
said
sorry.
it, not me.
She's not here. I can say it.
really good.
No, she
Really
tried.
good.
Gotta get,
She
no, I'm
tried.
sticking up for
I
her now. The
enjoyed it.
second time that I had it was so good. It was the right consistency and the right flavor. Now,
when I
you're
wasn't
a harsh critic.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
when
sorry.
you weren't here.
But I get a lot of people who tell me the biggest compliment I ever got was a couple of weeks ago. There was somebody in here, and he always got the key lime pie at Joe's Stone
yeah.
Cribs
Yeah.
in Miami. And they do make a really good,
good. It's
key
really
lime pie. But the gentleman who first
Thank you,
made
Willie.
it there years ago passed away. This is what I was told. And as much as they tried,
been the same since.
it hasn't been the same since. And this gentleman who was here told me that my key lime pie reminded him
Of Joe's.
of Joe's original key lime pie, but mine was better.
Okay, so I'm going to give
So-
you some compliments because
Good.
your cheesecake is,
It's really good. The
outstanding.
blueberry sauce is really
that
nice
blueberry
too.
sauce. My mom had it.
Okay.
God bless her when
I'm
she
sorry.
was, when she has a robust appetite when
Yeah.
she's on her best days, and she loves that cheesecake with the blueberry sauce. Your key lime pie, I put it in the top 5.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, Joe's. I haven't been there since the
But
guy
you haven't been
died.
died. Yes.
There's another place up in Pompano Beach near you there. It's called Beach House.
Okay.
Beach House is on the beach. They have an outstanding key lime pie too. So I'm going to
Really?
give them some props because
Okay. Well,
I'm
that's good.
even-handed here.
But I got lucky with my recipe. Sometimes you just get lucky, and
Yeah.
as long as you just don't try to keep making it better, I think
Your
it's
desserts
perfect.
are just
the way it
unbelievable,
is.
and it's like one of those things where it's cliche, save room for dessert. But when
Yeah.
you come here,
Yeah.
Nah, you'd be done.
And
You
most
gotta-
of them you can share. You
most of you
know.
can bring home in a box. I know.
Oh, yeah, I
we
get a lot
always
of
do that
to-goes.
for my daughter in case you fill up on the burgers and the great fish and the
Right.
chicken and the salads.
Yeah, I know.
It's all good. Hey, before we get going, Lenoire,
Yes.
first of all, thank you for everything this year. It's been
Yeah,
a
very
wonderful
nice.
having you
Thank
come
you.
on.
Great
Thank
job.
you very
you know
much.
how much I love you guys.
I know.
And how
And we
much,
go back a long way.
and how much I love to promote your products, and you're just again, it's a family-run joint,
Yeah.
and you feel like family every time you come into Gilbert. 17th
True.
Street.
True.
Now
We treat everybody like
we
that,
are 2
though.
days away. Forget Christmas, forget New Year's and Kwanzaa.
Right.
You know my holiday is Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us from Seinfeld, where the main theme of it is complaining and airing of grievances. It is my favorite holiday of
And
the
what
year.
day does that fall on?
It is December 23rd. It's going to be on a Saturday, so I don't get to do the Festivus show live this year. But every day I've been doing my grievance of the day, mainly relating to the Let's Eat group. But before
Yeah.
I do mine,
Where do I fall on that?
I have no grievances with
Oh,
you.
okay. So I'm not part of this deal. Go ahead.
No, but I just wanted to give you a chance
Yes.
as either a restaurant or just anything, what is your? Do you have any kind of big grievances or nitpicks? Not necessarily
No.
with customers or just life in general
No,
in Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
no, I really don't. I mean, I thought when we first came down here 22 years ago, I really wasn't thrilled. My husband only wanted to come here to Florida, and now looking back on it, it was probably the best thing we ever did.
Well,
I'm a
you're-
New Yorker. I mean, look, I can't change my voice as a Brooklyn accent, but I am so glad I'm here. And I've been very fortunate. The people I meet, the people who are my customers, even my friends down here, everybody is truly nice.
I love the
And
positivity.
they don't have like a bad attitude. I mean, there are a lot of very comfortable people down here. I mean, and you never know who they are.
What do you think,
And they're
Defo?
generous. They're sweet. What's the matter? What did I do?
No, I mean the positivity flowing from her. It's like the polar
That's how
opposite.
she
of
is.
No,
me.
but that's the way I am.
Mayo.
Really,
That's why it's fun to come down here. To
Yeah.
I know, and
Yeah.
maybe
You know,
next time
I consider
I'll let you
myself very
sit next
fortunate.
to
No, I'm
Defo
not
because
sitting
he's
next to
sick of my
Defo.
negativity. I could tell.
Well, just today you've been like over the top
I
here.
had some things going on in the background, and
I'm
but-
so sorry.
No, but
Don't
that-
bring them to work.
Exactly.
Gee
Thank
whiz.
It's
you.
entertainment. We try to
Thank
tell
you.
you.
but it's all right.
What?
No, and look,
Yeah.
you have a renewed appreciation. You've had some, health issues this
Right.
year, and I assume that it's
fine.
this time of year. You're
Yeah.
just especially grateful and looking forward to the
Yeah.
new year.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, well,
I'm okay,
and
and
I-
everybody here is
I
okay. And
appreciate
I'm lucky
you
for
and
that.
all you guys do. And now it is time for my grievance of the day, which is
oh,
on the Facebook group. When again, I'm sifting through 80 to 100 posts a day. All right.
good.
And I would say that a good 60 to 70% of them are what's called, query posts, inquiries. Where can I bring my visiting relatives for a beachfront brunch
Okay.
in Palm Beach County? Or where can I find good Italian food in South Beach, Rayos?
Okay.
But you post a question like that, it gets posted, and then you get people that don't follow the ask in terms of geography. They'll give you a Italian place in West Palm Beach if they're
Right.
asking for Miami. They'll give you ask for Greek, and they'll give you a Turkish or the Middle Eastern
Right.
cuisine in right across the county instead of being on the coast. They'll give it to you in Weston.
Oh,
It drives me nuts, and that's my grievance for the day. People, please read the instructions, and if you're going to be, then don't come back with something that's out of left field and say, "Oh, well, I just wanted to kind of give them another option in case
No,
they were interested."
sometimes they ask for a water view. I get
Yeah.
people on the phone. They say, "Are you on the water?" No, I'm not on the
Yeah.
water. Not
It rained here,
everybody
yeah,
is not
that's
on the
fine.
water. Yeah, when it rains here, it's
Yeah.
different. But that's the only thing that sometimes people don't.
Well,
You
you
know.
could, have them, bring a bunch of glasses of water, and then you have a view.
No, that's not a view of
That's
the
not how it
water.
works.
But
Okay.
people call about pets and stuff like that.
Sarcasm,
But we're
yeah.
very good as far as because we have the outside patio, so that's not a problem
It's
having
all
people
good.
eat
Plenty
outside.
of fresh air and
Yeah.
plenty
And
of
it's nice
great
here.
food. All right. One last final word about our friends Rappaport's restaurant group up in the Palm Beaches. Do you know Bert Rappaport at all?
No,
Also a
never
New
met.
Yorker.
Oh,
His family also was in the restaurant business. His father, Rappaport's, was a famous
yeah.
kosher dairy restaurant.
Oh,
Appetizing
okay.
In Manhattan. Their big rival was Ratner's. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that was good. Ratner's was really
Ratner's.
good.
Well,
Of course.
Rappaport's was kind of like the unheralded rival that
Yeah.
operated a long time. But Bert Rappaport came down here, and he's just been in the restaurant business forever and has had a string of hits, and he still operates and owns 5 restaurants in Palm Beach County, including a great Max's Grill at Meisner Park, which is the only tenant. We were there earlier this week.
Yeah.
Only tenant that's been there since Meisner Park opened.
Really?
Original. It means they're doing something right. 35 years.
Wow.
Great place to bring the family. Also for the holidays, they are open all 4 days: New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. As are all his properties: Deck 84 in Delray, Burton Max's in Delray, and of course the great Prezzo Italian restaurant, Palm Beach Gardens, and Boca Raton. Rapport Restaurant Group is there not just for the holidays, but throughout the year, every day. Great place to bring visitors, guests, families, and yourself, because
Yeah.
they do things right. So
Good.
just as
Thank
you
you.
guys do at Gilbert's.
Perfect.
Defo, do you have any grievances of the day?
No, none. Great job, Lenoire. Always a
You're
pleasure being
welcome.
here.
Thank you.
That's it. We're going to
A
get out of
happy
here.
and healthy New Year to everybody.
see you
Happy
again next-
holiday.
Happy
Everybody
holiday.
should be
Happy New
safe.
Year.
Thank you so much. You'll
You're
have us
welcome.
back next month? I
Yes.
promise I won't do mustard soda.
Okay, I don't want to come in here with attitude. No attitude.
No attitude.
No
mister.
attitude. Yes, we have to be positive for the
I'll
new
be on
year.
my
Exactly.
best behavior.
Okay, please.
Yes, we'll be
And
on-
when mom gets better, bring her in. All right? Please.
God willing. Yes.
All right?
From your lips to
Yes.
above. All right, everybody.
And we'll
Thanks
see
for
you tomorrow at
tuning
Gulfstream
in.
Park.
We will be at Gulfstream for our usual Friday festivities. And until then, enjoy every burger, every dessert treat, and enjoy every cent.